What up YouTube, it's Misery Hates Company. In this video, we're talking about Diablo Immortal, and we're going to talk about how to gear up as fast as possible. We already talked about how to level up as fast as possible, but now let's talk about how to gear yourself up, because if you level up too fast, you're going to be struggling if you don't have the right gear. So in this video, I'm going to show you some great ways of getting legendary gear, upgrade your existing gear, answer some common questions and mistakes that people have made in revolving gear, and talk about everything in between. So smash that like button, sit back in your chair, and get ready to get the best gear and most gear you can for your hero in Diablo Immortal. Let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so first things first, you want to go to the blacksmith, right? We've been here several times. You want to go to services, and you obviously want to chop up all your gear, right? You do that as much as you can. You get a bunch of different, you get craft material, which is necessary to upgrade your gear, as well as the enchanted dust, which, guess what, also helps you upgrade your gear. The reason you want to upgrade your gear is that it gets stronger. Now, what I would recommend, you see how I have 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, and 3. The biggest mistake that I think a lot of people make is not upgrading their gear. I want you to upgrade your gear as soon as possible. The second you can upgrade it, you should be doing so. So for me, for example, I'm trying to get this glowing shard, which you do get from completing dungeons. So I've been farming dungeons, especially today, because the featured event is dungeon grinding. So I've been doing that, trying to get one. But in doing so, and the reason I'm trying to get this one to 6 before I work on anything else is that you add a random bonus attribute when you get to 6. So that's what I'm currently going for. And keep in mind that this level upgrade is not just for that specific piece of gear, it's for that slot. So anytime you replace a piece of gear in this slot, it will get whatever that level is. So do not, in the beginning, hoard all your resources thinking, oh my god, I don't have legendaries yet, why would I upgrade a non-legendary? You're not upgrading the specific gear, you're upgrading the gear slot, is how I would like for you to remember that. You can also upgrade your non-main pieces of gear on the left side over here, but this does require some of the this crystal stuff, which can also be obtained from challenge riffs and smithing materials vendor, which is just basically you transfer it and or buy it, which I'll show you here momentarily. Challenge riffs is something that I have not been doing a lot of, shame on me, and I will tell you why that's such a problem here in a second. But you definitely want to upgrade your gear as much as possible. Now, I am testing how much of the attributes I'll be getting when I get a 6-star, and then I'll definitely be increasing all of these, like I said. But for right now, that is definitely an easy way of upgrading your gear and getting more power and getting stronger a lot quicker. Now, something else that I would mention, if you go over here to the smithing materials, which we talked about, if you're missing any one piece of gear, you can actually switch them or transfer them essentially with this vendor. So you can get enchanted dust for the salvage materials, and you can get this the crystals for really anything, it looks like. Okay, so now we talked about how to upgrade your gear. Now let's look at how you can upgrade your gems, because that is another thing you can actually upgrade. So if you go to the apprentice jeweler, you can manage your gear. It shows you just exactly what it's going to cost to upgrade your legendary gems, if that's what you're using. So it does require the gem power, and boom, you could upgrade it. I'm going to save that because I'm actually want to upgrade some other ones. I want to upgrade some of these to level 3, which I do not have enough for at this time. Sad face. But you can also crunch gems that you're not using here to get more essence. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that right away. It'll be necessary later on, but not this early in the game. So that is how you can upgrade your legendary gems. You can also upgrade your non-legendary gems. For example, this is free damage. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this right now. It's going to use existing crystals. It takes 3 of them. I have 6. I'm going to upgrade and boom, rank 2 and double the power. So that's, again, just free damage I got for one non-legendary gem. And that's just beautiful. So you do want to make sure you keep your gear topped off or leveled up as much as you can, because that is going to make you your strongest ability and your strongest self in this game. Now that we talked about upgrading your gear, let's actually talk about how you can get some more gear. So in Diablo Immortal, there's a lot of different ways you can get gear. Now, in doing so, you can do it just by playing the game. There's a lot of things, like literally anything you do in the game will net you gear, but there are certain things that will actually net you a guaranteed legendary or a guaranteed better piece than what you already have. Now, one option is if you go over here on the map, I'll show you right here in Westmarch, you go down below the plaza and you talk to the rarities and antiques. Click on him, shop. You can actually buy a mysterious weapon, and there is a chance that it'll actually get you a legendary. So let's go ahead and try it. Let's see, what kind of legendary do I need? Whatever, we'll just try this. It does just cost gold, which in my opinion is like the easiest currency to get. So we get head, chest, shoulders, or legs here. Go ahead and buy it. And I got a, let's see what we got. Boom. And we got this one. So this is a very good piece of gear that I got for close to no gold, really. So this is a great way of getting something better than one of these gray ones, the blue ones, or just a better one of the gold ones. Still not as good as a legendary, but still very, very good when necessary to upgrade a specific piece of gear to empower yourself up. Now, and again, there is a chance you get a legendary from that. So another way of getting gear, both legendary and otherwise, is actually here at the Hilts Trader. He's right here at the top right of Westmarch, right here. And if you click on him, you get hilts from basically like anything and everything, including the battle pass. You can get a legendary crest once a month. That is a guaranteed legendary gem. So as a free to play, it costs you 1,600. And like I said, I've already bought the weekly legendary and the monthly legendary crest. And boom, you have I still have almost 3K. So you get them very, very quickly. But in addition to the legendary crest, which will in turn net you a legendary gem, you also every week for 1,600 hilts can get a mystery legendary item. So it is a guaranteed legendary item for 1,600, which is fantastic value. I would recommend getting this every single week. Now, in doing so also, that's legendary gear, but if you need a legendary gem, you can just straight up buy a 1-star legendary gem. So if you maybe don't have the ability of getting legendary crest, because that's not a very easy item to obtain from free to play, but you actually can get this free to play, and it's I'm assuming it's random, it changes every month, but this is definitely better than not having one. So this is an easy way of getting a legendary gem. Another way of getting some decent gems is also just getting the crests that we can get every day, 2 times a day. I would not prioritize this though. I personally am saving up for these two. I want to know how far off this falls off in getting the hilts so that I can maintain purchasing these every week and then every month. So that is another really good option to both get legendary gear and legendary gems. So the next one I want to talk about is farming here in your codex. You look at the battle pass. The battle pass itself is a great way of getting gear. You get all kinds of fun stuff, even in the free one, which is all I'll cover in this video. So in the free one at level 10, you get a guaranteed legendary offhand. I am still using the legendary offhand that I got from the battle pass, and you do get to select it, your choice of any one-handed legendary offhand. I would highly recommend that you look at each individual trait to make sure it benefits you in the long run. There are several guides all over the internet. I'll be making guides myself very, very soon, but make sure you pick the right one because I would hate for you to waste that opportunity. If you continue, you do get crest, hilts. These are all hilts. And then boom, legendary gem here at level 15. This is all just free stuff that is fantastic for free to play. Hilts, boom. Level 20, you get a legendary crest, which is fantastic. That's a guaranteed legendary gem. That's, of course, going to make you even stronger. So as you can see, the more you focus on your battle pass, the more it nets you some additional power or gear. Let's see what else I'm missing here. Whoops, what's this one? Mystery Reforged Stone, okay. And then I want to say there's another legendary at least. No, and then at the very end of your battle pass, you do get a 2-star guaranteed legendary gem. So you get a lot of free stuff from the free version of the battle pass. Just make sure you max it out within that month, and you'll be getting nothing but profits there. All right, moving on. The next way of getting additional gear fast in Diablo Immortal is actually to do your challenge rifts as much as possible. The challenge rifts are located right next to the Elder Rift entrance, and it's right here in Westmarch. So in doing so, if you click on the challenge rifts, you can see I have not done this myself. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I do need to take my own advice because I didn't even realize this until I started doing research, but you actually get very, very good items from the challenge rift. So if you go over here to the chest on the far right, you can see at every level what you have the ability of getting. So you're going to get high quality items, high quality level items. So this is just free gear you're getting. And then level 5, you have the ability of getting a ton of experience, get bonus experience. That's why it's orange compared to gold. And then, boom, high quality items, chance to drop legendary equipment. And look at, it looks like every 10 or 5 levels, you have the ability of getting a legendary equipment, which is fantastic. That's a very high probability. And then, 30 is as high as anyone is on my server. So yeah, that's some very easy ways of getting legendary gear. And you also get daily gear. You also get daily rewards every single day from the challenge rift. So you do want to make sure that you get this as high as possible because this is additional just free gold. Not a lot, but it's definitely worth it. And just getting past level 10, it'll definitely help you a great deal. So make sure you don't sleep on your challenge rifts like I am, and every day you make sure you can try to push it at least 1 level. That would be a great way of doing it. I would highly recommend that. Last but not least, another way you can get a guaranteed legendary item is while you're out questing or leveling up, and you see an orange skull. So you see blue skulls pretty frequently. There's also purple skulls, and then there's the gold ones. and then there's the orange ones. All of those are different types of rarities. So the orange one is a guaranteed legendary, but in my experience, and I'm very curious if you guys have had the same experience as well, if I'm not the first person to hit that orange skull, I don't get anything. I'm not getting gear. But if I'm the first person to get it, it seems that I am guaranteed to get a legendary piece of gear. And I've gotten several. So I've actually gotten what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost have a full set of legendary gear on me with the exception of my head. Sad face is there. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10, and I also crunched up 2 of them already. So it's 12 legendary pieces of gear that I've gotten already, which has been fantastic. Now, you might say, well, Misery, where did your legendary piece of gear go? I'm glad you asked, person that doesn't exist in the comments. And that would be if you go down here to what's called the Essence Transfer, that actually can take your legendary gear, crunch it up so you can put that skill or trait, if you will, onto a different piece of gear. So if it's not good right now, and it's a low level, crunch it up, and that way when you get a legendary piece of gear or one that doesn't necessarily meet your skills, you can actually apply it to a different legendary later on. So Essence Transfer, I'm actually going to go and show you this. I saved it just for y'all. How about that? So Ray of Frost channels a blizzard around you, continually damage and chilling nearby enemies. I'm not using this. I don't plan on using this anytime in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and extract this for 3,000 gold. It actually looks really cool. That's why I want to show you in this video. So you do damage it, but you do get to keep the ability of that that essence, essentially the essence of the legendary. You can apply that Ray of Frost now channels a blizzard to any other legendary I want by basically taking away its current one. So you do want to make sure you do this for any legendaries that are not necessarily good for you now, but you want to keep that attribute for a later time. And that's going to do it for this video. I think I can also upgrade this one, but I don't want to rush it, so I'll double check it. And so this is how you extract them, and then inherit is how you can actually move them to a different one. So if I didn't like the Lightning Nova, I could change it to one that I've already pre-selected. So yeah, there's definitely options there for you. I'm not going to do that because I do enjoy that legendary piece. That's going to do it for this video. That is going to be the best ways to either get gear or upgrade your gear or just gain power as fast as possible so that you can make sure you're at a high enough level to whether it's progressing in the campaign, trying to get level 60, as you can see I'm level 52, or if you're just trying to push yourself in challenge rifts, this is how you can do it. Or if you're trying to do the 8-person raid and you need to get to, I think it's what, 420 is the item level you need to be at essentially. That's another, these are all great tips and tricks on how to get you higher where you need to be. If it helped you, smash that like button. And if you haven't seen my video on how to level up quickly, make sure you check out that video right over there, because that is going to show you how to level up. And now you know how to gear up, and then you can learn how to level up. So click on this video right now.